There are few places in the country as natural and still seemingly untouched as the entrance to the Crow Creek Indian Reservation. Rolling hills welcome you like calming waves in the ocean. This is a place where the horns of rush hour sound nothing like the impatient commuters you're used to. A few miles ahead on Route 1, you might think you're driving through rural Iowa. But Fort Thompson is far from Iowa, and the dozens of stray dogs you see serve as an unpleasant symbol of how life is different.
It's kind of like the eastern Iowa floods right now. Unless you go see it, it's very hard to imagine what it's really like.
It's even harder to live here. The poverty rate is 10 times higher than Iowa's. Unemployment is nearly 15 times greater. No place in Iowa is poorer than Crow Creek. No place in America.
There's no hope here.
Peter Lenkeek is a Dakota Indian, but a native of Mason City, Iowa. And except for several years in the military, he's spent his entire life on Crow Creek. He knows the suffering here. The alcoholism, drugs, suicide, despair.
It was described to me by a grandmother of our tribe, and I asked her one day, I said, why is it like this here? Why do we do these things to each other? She thought for a while, and with a tear in her eye, she said, Ioki Shicha.
Ioki Shicha. It's a Dakota word that roughly means severe depression, and it's something so deeply rooted, perhaps it's even genetic. The tribal grandmother told him that his people have had it ever since white settlers took away their land in the 1800s.
You ever heard that expression, I'll hit you so hard your grandkids will feel it? Well, that's what happened to us.
You see that expression nowhere more than here. Lunch might be the only hot meal these children get today. That's why they come to the Boys and Girls Club in Crow Creek's Big Bend community. It's also the reason Iowans come.
We installed a new furnace, new air conditioners, did a lot of work.
Des Moines businessman Barry Griswold remembers how a Boys and Girls Club in Georgia helped give his young life direction. So he's inspired 60 members of his church, the Ashworth Road Baptist in West Des Moines, to bring direction to these children. Some of their work is aesthetic, like the dozen wooden benches they made for the grounds. Or the playground that now never seems to get empty. Or the new platform for the powwow grounds. These are important, Griswold believes, to help Crow Creek feel pride again. But the mission is also to help build something far more important.
Where we really want to make progress long term is trying to create some economic development.
Crow Creek needs jobs. Outside of the tribe itself, the only employers are the barely profitable Indian casino and motel and 2 gas stations. Indians can't make a better life selling off what they have at roadside stands 75 cents at a time. And that's where Dustin Miller and Jason Yates come in. Griswold is paying them to move their families for 2 years to teach Crow Creek how to open for business.
I went into law school wanting to find a need. I thought it would be on a far-off continent, and it just so happens to be 1 state away.
We've got, a great support structure with the church, and with Barry and his family, and with the receptive community here at Crow Creek. So, why not?
Starting this fall, Jason and Dustin will come here to Stefan, a nearby town where the Crow Creek students will go to high school. Here, Jason and Dustin will teach them money skills so that when the students get older, they can better handle their money, but hopefully they'll be able to better handle money when they start their own business. Those practical skills, along with startup loans from the business-savvy Griswold, could fill these streets with restaurants, coffee shops, retail, and more.
It means hope. I think it means hope, because we have a lot of potential people out here that just need a little bit of help to get them off the ground.
Hope? That's a real compliment. We're trying to be the hope to them.
Perhaps the greater compliment is the strength of that hope. Remember the word that Indian grandmother taught Peter Lenkeek?
Ioki Shicha.
Lenkeek believes it's this newfound hope that can overcome those old wounds.
And with what Mr. Griswold and his people are doing, I think that'll help that depression let up its grip a little bit on us.
No place on the reservation shows the challenge of what's ahead more than this powwow. The Crow Creek threw this celebration to thank Griswold and Ashworth Road Baptist for the hope they brought here. A young Dakotan named Morgan reminds everyone of the deep connection that Crow Creek feels with traditions of the past. While former Iowan Peter Lenkeek honors the visiting Iowans bringing these new traditions. Lenkeek realizes that not all Crow Creek is behind these new ideas. But the skeptics watching from their cars nearby can at least see hope, even if they don't yet feel it.
A lot of people here would tell you that God isn't present here. God forgot about us. It brings hope. It lets my people know that somebody out there is thinking about us.
Dave Price, Channel 13 News.